what are the best songs from Styx from each of their albums released. My name is Sean Morrison. We're only talking about the Styx studio albums that have been released, and the greatest hits and live records. Any new studio tracks will be mentioned. Okay, I also want to thank Brad Corner for leaving me a message asking me to do a video on top Styx songs or countdown or something. I was thinking of that. That is appreciated. I might work on that as well. I'm thinking the best songs on each Styx album would definitely work well. With the 16 studio albums, the 9 live, and the 16 compilations, there was a lot of songs, 31 singles released all together. I'm going to start with the first Styx album, which came out in 1972, August of 72. That first single, The Best Thing, peaked at number 82 on the Billboard Hot 100. Of course, featured Dennis Young on lead vocals, and James Young had his little vocals on there as well. And you can't forget Movement for the Common Man. That's pretty cool to listen to once in a while when cruising in the roads. Then on Styx 2 came out in July of 1973. The album first flopped, where it didn't really do much until Lady got reissued as a single later on, after WLS in Chicago kept playing it like crazy. It did hit number 6, as well as You Need Love did peak at number 88, where on the Billboard Hot 100, the album did also go gold. Of course, when mentioning these albums, please, any favorite songs you have off the albums, kindly mention them. Then, of course, The Serpent is Rising, which came out the next year, 1974. Peaked at number 192 on the Billboard Hot 100, one of the lowest charting albums on Billboard at the time. The single Winner Take All, great song, and also another great song off that album that's excellent, with James Young singing lead vocals, Young Man. And the comedy song, Way Too Funny, which original guitarist John Kowalski sang. The Plexiglass Toilet, which is a comedy song, which is a hidden track on As To. I forgot the name of the fucking song it's off of. Shit. But there's another YouTube clip with Gowan, Chuck Panazzo, and Tommy Shaw playing the acoustic, singing the song backstage in the dressing room. It is so fucking funny. But Serpent and Rising, he did have some songs, of course, other songs on there as well. Anything good from Serpent and Rising, definitely let us know. My favorite, as I said, is Winner Take All. And then November 8th of 1974 was the release of the Man of Miracles album, shortened for some people call it Miracles. Number 154 on the Billboard Hot 100. The album peaked, and a lot of songs on there that were excellent. Very underrated too. Rock and Roll Feeling with James Young. You got Man Like Me. You got Mr. Christopher, Dennis Young on the vocals. Excellent song with the piano, and then it gets rocking. And one underrated song from James Young, the title track, Man of Miracles. And I also thank Debbie for bringing to my attention that cover version that was recorded, which I honestly forgot about. And also, we cannot forget their cover version of the song Lies, which is a remake of the Knickerbocker classic from the early 1960s. Of course, the Knickerbockers were from Bergen County, New Jersey. Shout out to all the Bergenfield, New Jersey friends out there. And then, of course, all these albums were released on Wooden Nickel Records. And years later, Wooden Nickel Record, there was a Wooden Nickel collection of all the 4 albums that was reissued. Now, going into 1975, it was the album Equinox, and that was released December 1st, 1975. The last album with John Kowalski, and when they were about to go on tour, he quit the band. A lot of it had to do with Dennis Young's ego, according to what we've heard. The album did go platinum in Canada. It is gold in America. And their first album on A&M Records. A lot of great songs on there. The FM rock song Sweet Mono Blue, which was that FM rock staple in Canada as well as America. Album was number 58 on the Billboard Top 100. We also have the top 40 hit Lorelei, which peaked at number 28. A lot of cool songs out there. Light Up, originally sung by Dennis Young. The live versions with Styx. James J.Y. Young sings that. Same thing with Lorelei. Also another couple good songs. Midnight Ride, as well as Born for Adventure. I love them all, honestly, those few songs I mentioned. I know some of you might like others, but that's cool. Then we go into Crystal Ball. Actually, with Equinox, like I said, Tommy Shaw toured on that album. Now, Crystal Ball released October 1st of 1976, the first album, studio album with Tommy Shaw. Features the top 40 single, Madam's Well. I know I'm not saying it right. Peaked at number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100. And the band did play live on the first few tours. Not really much live anymore these days. Back in 2004, did a medley. That song was included. The title track from the album, Crystal Ball, is basically involved with every Styx tour that Tommy Shaw has been a part of. Believe it or not, that song Jennifer that I talked about the other day about songs of different ladies that Dennis Young wrote songs about was released as a single but didn't chart. Da 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 da. Come on, the opening song Put Me On with James Young singing, and then of course Dennis DeYoung sings a part of that as well. The Rockin' Shoes as well as Dennis DeYoung's This Old Man. It is a gold album. The album did peak at number 66 on the Billboard Top 200 album charts. It did go gold in America. Now we're going into 1977 with their breakthrough album, The Grand Illusion, which peaked at number 8 on the Billboard Top 100 charts. What's your favorite song on this album? You can ask me. I do love Come Sail Away. Everybody indeed likes it. I do too. Of course, the title track, the arena rock fave, The Grand Illusion. Tommy Shaw's Fooling Yourself, number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. As everyone knows, Come Sail Away, number 8. James Young's Miss America, still a rock and roll staple in the set today. Honorable mention to Man, the Wilderness and Castle Walls. Then we go into Pieces of 8, October 1st, 1978. The best song on the album, Renegade, of course, number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. Blue Collar Man, number 21. And we also had Sing for the Day, which peaked at number 41 on the singles charts. And the album also did go multi-platinum, peak at number 6 also. And honestly, it was just the album that made Dennis DeYoung jealous, because at this point, if you're counting for when Tommy Shaw's first album with Styx in 1976, he was having more top 40 hits than Dennis DeYoung. This was not a Dennis DeYoung album at all on the singles charts, but Queen of Spades, of course, is an excellent Dennis DeYoung track, as well as the title track, Pieces of 8. To see Dennis DeYoung do that in 2006 at a solo show, which was pretty cool. Then we go into Cornerstone, released October 19th of 1979, number 2 on the Billboard Top 200. Everyone knows Babe, which brought the band into Barry Manilow territory. Went to number 1, Why Me? I believe was number 26, and that was a emergency single since first time started to get radio airplay. And Tommy Shaw did not want it released as a single, thank goodness. For that, the band would have definitely went into a full Barry Manilow territory. Boat on the River, number 1 chart, number 1 on the Swiss singles chart. It was like a song that was big in every other country except the United States. But you know, Tommy does play it once in a while. Let's not forget The Borrowed Time, which hit number 63 on the Hot 100. A good rockin' song with Dennis on the vocals. Was performed as the opening track on the Cornerstone tour, and on the Paradise Theater it served as the encore. And on a few Styx tours, it was a 2001, 2010, they used it as the opening track. Tommy Shaw, of course, sang lead vocals. Paradise Theater, they're the number 1 album in North America, released January 19th, 1981. A lot of people love the track Half Penny, 2 Penny with James Young. I fucking love it. Yes, I'm going to shake myself through. But the singles on the charts, we had Nothing Ever Goes as Planned, which had the little harmonica orchestra section with Dennis DeYoung, number 54. Rockin' in Paradise, number 8 on the mainstream rock charts. Great Song Snowblind, number 22, Mainstream Rock. Man was accused of satanic messages on the albums. James Young on the vocals on that one. Great song. Too Much Time on My Hands, number 9 on the Hot 100 Billboard. He also had Mainstream Rock. It charted as well. Best of Times hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and of course number 16 on the Mainstream Rock charts. After that, we had Killer Robbers here from Styx, the number 3 album. This album broke the band up for a good 7 years. Mr. Roboto peaked at number 3 on both the rock mainstream charts and the Hot 100 Billboard. Hard Time from 48 hit number 48. It was released as a single after, thank goodness, Tommy Shaw did not want his song "Haven't We Been Here Before" released as a single, even though there's a video on the Courtney-Act DVD. That was 2 Barry Manilow for him. Don't Let It End, number 6 on the Hot 100 singles charts. I said if Styx ever brought that back to their set list, it would be a run to the coffee room. And number 13 on the AC charts as well. Courtney-Act was the live album. The only single on it was Music Time, which was number 40. Number 31, of course, where the album charted. Edge of the Century, the only album, actually not the only album, but the Glenn Burton replaced Tommy Shaw on this album. Peaked at number 63. Love Is a Ritual, number 9 in the mainstream. It was a good song. Well, number 80, it fizzled on the Hot 100s. Show Me the Way, number 3 on both the AC and the Hot 100. A lot of people love that song and helped them out with things. I appreciate that. Also Love at First Sight, number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100. On the Adult Contemporary, number 13. And my favorite song off the album is Not Dead Yet, believe it or not, with Dennis Young singing the vocals. And of course, Styx broke up a second time. Greatest Hits Volumes 1 and 2 came out in 1995 and 1996. Volume 1 had a new version of Lady that featured Tommy Shaw. And in Volume 2, the songs Little Susie with Tommy Shaw singing, as well as It Takes Love. And then Return to Paradise had the Dennis Young ballad Paradise, which peaked at number 27 on the Adult Contemporary charts. And Dear John and On My Way, sung by Tommy Shaw, with two other studio tracks. Then we had Brave New World, released July 29th of 1999, which featured Everything Is Cool. It didn't chart on the Hot 100s. A lot of great songs on there, which included, which I like still to this day, Heavy Water, as well as Best New Face, as well as the title track Brave New World, and the ballad that Dennis Young had on the album. All songs with Barry Manilow, but the song While There's Still Time, which was an okay ballad, even though he did it better than the Hunchback of Notre Dame musical that he did music for, was okay. And Cyclorama came out in February 18th of 2003, and this album was the first album to feature Lawrence Gowan, who replaced Dennis Young, number 127 on the Billboard Top 100. Before that, Brave New World peaked at number 175 on the Billboard Top 200 and on number 10 on the internet charts. Now getting into Cyclorama, Waiting for Our Time, number 37 on the mainstream rock chart. One of the best songs on the album is These Are the Times, which was sung by James Young, and One With Everything by Tommy Shaw. And of course, let's not forget Fields of the Brave, which Lawrence Gowan sang. Then we had the cover album in 2005, which peaked at number 46, which featured I Don't Need No Doctor with Lawrence Gowan. He also sang his own version of Around the Walrus. We had Summer in the City, Locomotive Breath. And then the One With Everything with the CYO Orchestra. They had Just Be and Everything All the Time. The Mission came out in June 7th of 2017, which featured excellent songs. My favorite is Radio Silence, as well as The Outpost. And let's not forget on Generation albums that was released between 2010 and 2011 was new versions of classic Styx hits, which also included another song called Difference in the World. Also want to mention when if I did with the One With Everything CYO's Orchestra CD, that there were new songs on there called Just Be, as well as Everything All the Time. Just Be with the orchestra and without the orchestra, Everything All the Time. Seems like it was recorded live. There is a video on YouTube somewhere. Definitely look for it. I thank you all listening for listening to this video on some of the best songs Styx has ever recorded. What are your favorite songs from Styx? Kindly leave them here. And thank you all for your continued support. Shame, shame, shame.